Hello Capricorn, and welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get into your 7-day twin flame reading. We're going to take a look at the next 7 days and a connection that you have with special someone in your life. Someone who may be a soulmate, a lover, a new crush, whatever the case may be. It could be a reconciliation. We're going to take a look at it, Capricorn. Then we'll get some clarity cards, and that will be your reading. Alright guys, so I've already been shuffling for a while. Let's get right into cutting your deck. Let's see Capricorn for the next 7 days. Alright, so Capricorn, you're coming in as the Lion, strength. You see your person as 10 of Swords. You desire the world, and what needs to happen is 8 of Cups. Your person is coming in as 8 of Swords. They see you as the 3 of Pentacles. They desire 5 of Cups. And what needs to happen for them is some more information. 3 of Wands needs to come in. 2 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Mars and Aries energy. Fighting energy, wanting to move forward, wanting to take the next step after having sown the seed, right? After having put the ace in. Let's take a look at it, all right? Here we go. So, interesting reading. Again, it could be that you are ready to move on from something. Let's get into it. You're coming in with strength. Your person is coming in with 8 of Swords. So let me just talk about that 8 of Swords real quickly. This is the card. 8 of Swords is all about sort of, it is restricted thinking. It's small-minded thinking. It's holding on to ideas and concepts that really only alienate you from the world, right? It's the source of gaslighting, blaming everybody else. It is really a toxic kind of dysfunctional energy. You can see that, you know, the figure there is there's barely any emotional contact here. She's barely she's barely in touch with her feelings. There's only a trickle of water there. And a lot of times, you know, that can be so symbolic of exactly who you're dealing with when it comes to, are they connected to their heart chakra? Are they really connected to their emotions? This person is someone who generally will blame others, you know, and they're coming in like that. So this next 7-day period, they are really a piece of work. Now, you're coming in as strength, and you're really holding on. You're being strong, and certainly dealing with somebody who's coming in with such toxic energy like 8 of Swords. This strength that you're showing, Capricorn, is admirable, right? Strength is all about not succumbing to jealousy and anger and vengefulness and all of those baser feelings that can be triggered, right? It's understanding the feelings. It's making room for them, but you don't let them take over, right? You are still in charge. Some of you may be dealing with some Leo energy. You may have some Leo energy in your chart. Strength is the card for Leo. Aside from Capricorn, remember these readings are for anyone who has, for instance, moon, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Mars in Capricorn. So you may also have Leo energy in another position. Now, how do you guys see each other? You see them as, you know, you're done. 10 of Swords is like the end, right? It's the end of a time where there's been a lot of fighting. There's been a lot of pain, a lot of injury done to your psyche, to your ego, and it's over now because they simply can't do anything else to you, right? You now are resonating up from who you were before. 10 of Swords is very much that energy of, you know, when you've had enough, and not only have you had enough, but you are now fundamentally a different person. The ego has been just crushed, and ultimately the way we come out of 10 of Swords, that completion, is that we rise as a new person with a smaller ego. We want that ego to diminish and the spirit to get bigger, and that's what happens out of a 10 of Swords. A smaller ego is a smaller target and cannot be hurt as much as a bigger ego, and so that is the process of 10 of Swords, and you see them as this. And I think that enough is enough. For you, 3 of Pentacles, they see you as 3 of Pentacles. Now this is interesting. They see you as a source of perhaps gain. 3 of Pentacles is the card for gain, and gaining sort of prosperity, gaining money, gaining prestige, gaining notoriety, just gaining more, putting more into your work, body, mind, and soul. It's the number for the Trinity, and yet they see you as this. However, they're coming as 8 of Swords. You may be dealing with somebody who's a real user, a real opportunist, Whatever the case is, it's interesting. You're done with it, and yet they are still looking to you for, I want to say, more, right? To get something, to get more out of you, and specifically to get something out of you that involves working or interacting, right? They may be wanting you to do work for them in some kind of way, help them in some kind of way, right? But with this Eight of Swords energy, it's coming off very toxic. What do you both desire? Well, the world and Five of Cups for them. You just want to be, the world is, again, we have more completion. So we have 10, now we have 21. The world is about ultimate completion in the sense that everything is working in tandem together. You have certainly come out of one chapter of your life and you are going into a new chapter of your life, but you're doing it in the way that it should be done. It's very much the energy of destiny or fate, and it's very much this feeling of being right on your path. You are where you're supposed to be on your path, and this changing of a chapter in your life is part of it. Five of Cups is what they desire. Now, again, for the world to be in a position for you, before I move on to Five of Cups, for what you desire, I think this is what it is. You want to be where you're supposed to be, and that may not, that is starting to, you're starting to realize that that is not with this person, right? You're realizing it's not with this person, and that in and of itself is completing this chapter. They desire Five of Cups. Interesting, again, wallowing in the past, right? Eight of Swords, if they're coming in with this kind of toxic energy, yes, they, to a certain degree, it depends, you know, the position of desire, and when you get a shadow card like Five, or an internal struggle, power struggle like Five of Cups, you wonder, well, does anybody desire that? But here, I feel strongly that you're dealing with somebody who almost wants to be miserable, right? They almost want to sort of go back to the kind of, like, I want to say, relationship that they've had before. They're kind of used to a certain way of acting and behaving. Now, I wouldn't normally say that, but this Eight of Swords energy here feels so strongly. So you're dealing with somebody, I feel like, who's very immature, Capricorn, right? And they're more in their feelings rather than in wanting a new chapter. It could be that they are comparing you to a previous love as well and wanting to recreate what happened before with somebody else with you, and control it, which they're unable to do. But it's that Five of Cups. We'll get some clarity. It's not, you know, it's not pleasant. It's very much a feeling of somebody who is almost immature about their feelings. Now, what needs to happen? Eight of Cups for you and Three of Wands for them. For you, it's very clear. Boundaries, putting boundaries in place and moving on to a higher level of connection. You've simply had enough. Whereas here, the eight, because eight is the number for strength and boundaries. We have the major arcana eight. We have Eight of Swords. We have Eight of Cups. A lot of eights here. And so, yes, it's not only is the number for strength, but it's also the number for boundaries, because it's when we put boundaries in place, restrictions in place, either for ourselves, for others, that gives us strength, right? Here we are sort of putting boundaries in place for our baser emotions. We are controlling them. Here, someone is kind of like creating boundaries around themselves through their thinking and sort of alienation. But here with Eight of Cups, we're talking about putting the type of boundaries in place to stop you from continuing to pour into relationships or cups that give you nothing back, right? And so now this is healthy boundaries. For them, what needs to happen is Three of Wands. Well, they're looking for a sign. They're waiting for any kind of sign. And it's interesting that Three of Wands is coming in for them for what needs to happen for them. It's because they really need to wake up to what's going on around them, right? They need to wake up to the signs that are there. And waiting constantly for that one sign or that one piece of information that's on the horizon. How can I put it? I don't see it coming, right? Three of Wands is the number for patience also. So you're dealing with somebody who really needs to learn patience. They need to learn sort of, certainly for them to come out of this energy that they're in. You're moving on. You're showing a lot of strength. You're definitely sort of in a different space. But for them, it's very much about learning patience and also just learning to accept, you know, the information that's coming to them. Learning to accept the signs that they clearly are looking for, right? Rather than only accepting the ones that they want, right? So sometimes we only accept sort of the omens that come that speak to what we want. But there are omens and there are warnings that come in our life, and there's information that comes in, and sometimes it's not what we want to hear, but it has to be heard, right? It has to be seen and heard. Show me some clarity on this reading. Again, it's very clear, Capricorn, that you are moving into a different space, and again, this is very much to do with their behavior. Show me what's going on here for this Capricorn connection, 7 days. Show me some clarity. Oof, jumpy cards. Show me. Four of Cups. Yeah, there's a stinginess. There's issues with money. Yeah, there's a death. It's over. It's over. Five of Cups over Five of Cups. Damn. And Star energy. Yeah, so it's over for you. Certainly there's a death here. Something has been lost. Some of you may be dealing with Scorpionic energy or Aquarius energy. These are the cards for those signs respectively. Four of Pentacles is there, right? So there is a money issue, right? Somebody is greedy. Somebody is wanting to hold on to what they have, or they want more. You know, there's a money issue, Four of Pentacles, and very much, I want to say, to a certain degree, it may be that you are wanting to hold on to what you have and protect what you have, and yet at the same time, they are wanting more of it. Usually Four of Pentacles is about being a miser and holding on too hard to things that you can't really take with you, right? But in this case, it also feels to me to a certain degree like you are protecting what you have built up. This is all part of this kind of ending here, and yet they want more. This ending of what's going on between you. Clearly, there's a death. Five of Cups has come out over the Five of Cups to let you know that you're absolutely dealing with somebody who has a lot of internal power struggle going on. They're unable to sort of internally deal with their monsters and their demons. Okay, and to a certain degree, they're in a space now where this is what they're used to and what they want. Star energy comes in to remind you to always look forward to your goals, right? What is your dream for your life? And to continually fertilize the ground so that that can manifest. And by doing that, you have to be intentional. You have to be in the moment, right? You have to be in touch with your feelings and cultivate the feelings that you want, and cultivate the energy that you need on a regular basis to move towards where you're trying to go. 17 is the second 7. The first 7 is the Chariot, where we plan. But the second 7, we're on the road, and now we still have to continue to be intentional and to make changes and to fertilize the ground so that we can manifest our desires. And so over this next 7-day period, it will be very important for both of you, for you and this person, to really look at what it is you want in life and in love, and to work towards that with intentionality. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that, Capricorn. This is your 7-day twin flame outlook. It's a tough one, all right? But more than anything, you're ready. You're ready. 8 of Cups, you're ready, right? The boundaries are there, and you're ready to move on with your life. That 2 of Wands is reminding me that you are absolutely ready to move. Look at that. 4 of Pentacles over 4. So money issues is definitely one of the reasons why this has all come to a head, okay? But you are absolutely ready to move on with seizing your dreams. And on this next 7-day period, you're going to be very, very intentional about that. All right, guys, if you got some clarity out of it, you enjoyed the reading, please like, subscribe, and share. That's all I ask. It really helps my channel to grow. It allows me to keep making these videos. And that's it for right now, Capricorn. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you at your next reading. Bye-bye now.